Hey there, friend. Hi. We are going to continue reading from our Catholic Bible for children. We are on the next story, which is about Noah and his ark, which I'm sure we've all heard the story. Those animals get on the ark 2 by 2. So let's find out exactly how the Catholic Bible for children describes this super sweet story. Let's look at the illustrations first. We've got that elephant is headed to the ark. Here's all our animals. They're all headed in. What's those? There we are. That must be Noah and his family building that ark. All right, let's find out. Let's find out what happens. So Noah and his ark, right? We just talked about Cain and Abel last, and here we are at Noah, because after Cain kills Abel, things go awry. The descendants of Adam and Eve continued to multiply and spread out all over the earth. But it seemed as if the blood that Cain had spilled had fallen upon their heads. For as the years went by, they lacked respect and love for God more and more. God was now sorry that he had ever created human beings, and he planned to punish them severely. There was only one person left with whom God was pleased. It was Noah. He was wise and good and just. His whole family always obeyed the will of God. So just Noah, but his whole family, whatever. God appeared to him saying, I am going to send floodwaters over the whole earth, and they will wipe out everything that lives upon it. But you, Noah, you must build an ark, make it strong and sturdy. You and your wife and your sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives are to climb into it. Then you are to take 2 of each type of the animals that I created, a male and a female, so that they may be saved with you. Take enough food aboard for you and the animals. Noah got to work right away. He and his sons built the ark following the instructions that God had given them. They had every type of animal get aboard, animals that walked, animals that crawled, and even those that flew. Even though some of the animals were natural enemies, they all obediently climbed aboard, not resisting in any way. That's so nice. As they were doing this, the skies became more and more cloudy, and one could hear the rumbling of thunder. Just as the last animals got inside the ark and Noah shut and sealed the door, the rains began to pour down. So God is sorry that he ever created human beings. He's ashamed of himself, ashamed of us. We're too much effort for him. Who knows what's happening at this point? Apparently Cain's blood on the earth has tainted everything. Let's find out how the story continues. So here we are at the end of the flood. A rainbow. Okay, look, we've got all the water. There's the ark. Noah and all the animals and his family. That's right, on the ark. Let's find out about the end of the flood. When the rain began, people just thought it was a storm. As the days went by, though, and the rain kept getting worse, they began to get worried. They asked, what is happening? It kept on raining. The rivers and lakes broke over their banks, and people climbed up on their roofs to escape the waters. The water still kept getting higher and higher, and people fled to the hilltops, carrying their possessions and their flocks. When even the hilltops were underwater, some of those alive climbed up the mountains. The ark started to float away. The rain beat against it as the waters continued to rise. Everyone who was inside the ark realized the anger of God was raging against the world. It rained for 40 days. The water covered even the highest peaks of the mountains. Every living thing disappeared from the surface of the earth. There was only one big body of water with all the people and animals buried under its waters. Not even the birds survived because they couldn't find a place to land and rest. God remembered Noah. They say this in here and they say this in the Bible as well. I don't know why they use this language. remembered Noah, like you forgot about him for a while. You forgot about the ark of Noah out in the waters. Anyway, God remembered Noah and he decided to stop the rain. He ordered the wind to begin to blow, and the wind opened up the sky between the clouds. One could now see blue skies here and there, and the rain grew lighter and then stopped completely. It took 140 days, however, for the waters to begin to recede, uncovering the highest peaks of the lifeless mountain. The ark came to rest on a mountain called Ararat. Noah waited another 40 days before he opened a window on the ark. Dude, if he's not opening windows this whole time, that is one stinky ark. He sent out a raven. It flew around, but it found that all the land was still covered with water, and it returned to the ark. Noah then sent out a dove, which returned to the ark exhausted because it had not found a resting place. Noah, discouraged, carried it back into the ark in his hands. Would dry land never appear again? Noah waited another week, and he again sent out a dove to see what was happening. This time it returned, and it had a twig from an olive tree in its beak. Trees were finally emerging from the waters. The return of the dove and the beautiful rainbow glowing in the sky were sure signs that God's anger had finally calmed. They heard a voice that said, Noah, come out of the ark, you, your sons, your wife, and your daughters-in-law, and all the animals. Each of you should go wherever you want so that life might return to the earth. That's a fun little story, right? Just a cute little, all those children's songs about the animals going onto the ark 2 by 2. And the truth of the matter is, first, God created humans in his likeness without the ability to understand good and evil, but then they ate from a tree and learned about good and evil, right and wrong, and they were kicked out of the garden, and then they had kids, and Cain and Abel were the kids. And even though God created everybody in his own image, Cain was like a super asshole and real jealous and killed Abel. And then it seems to me what they're saying happens is Cain's like descendants, like, but it's all of Adam and Eve's descendants. Everybody but Noah and Noah's little line of sons and daughters-in-law, his wife. So everyone that was on the world was so evil that God drowned them all. And so it's a really sweet little way that we focus on, like Noah and the ark, and we love Noah. He must be so good because he obeys God. But the other side of this is that, like, disobeying God means that you get a drought under floodwaters, I guess. And the truth of the matter is, like, God doesn't seem to choose based on much other than like loyalty. And so Noah's loyal. He's not like good, he's just loyal, and he is saved. So that's our ancestry, because the rest of everybody else, if you are taking the Bible seriously, right, then that's your ancestry, and everybody else was drowned. And so those lines of humanity died off a long time ago. Isn't that great? Next story is the Tower of Babel. Genesis is full of just like real cute stories. Tower of Babel, you don't want to build a tower too high, right? Let's find out about that next time.